land on your assigned pad in a timely manner and refrain from obstructing other docking areas. Services at this starport are constantly being updated.
Welcome everybody, how you doing today? Today's gonna be a weird day. We're gonna be splitting it up a little bit. I have a friend coming over. I'm gonna go get them around 6. Morningstar Princess or whatever. I think it's Morningstar. Hello, goodbye. That's funny. Logout support is up top.
Ensure you have received authorization before entering the docking bay. If you don't have access permission, please exit the facility immediately.
Alright. Here we go, everybody. We're gonna start this up now. Hope you're all having a good one. It is 9:12. Yep, 9:12. And yeah. Yeah, I finally found the killer of Charlie Kirk, so fucking stupid. Conscious from the mouth. And yeah, we're gonna start from here. Alright, how you all doing today? How are you all doing today? Good morning.
Services at this starport are constantly being updated. Remember to visit every time you pass through the system. This is a flight regulation announcement.
Welcome y'all. It's your boy Blaqksheep coming here at you from New York. New York, what's good? What is good with you all?
We advise that all commanders be aware of their speed while in and around the starport. Thank you for your cooperation. This facility offers a range of services. Check your information panel after docking for more details.
Yep, yes, there you go.
We will be forced to respond to aggressive action. For peace of mind, please stow ship weapons while inside the docking bay.
Welcome. How are you doing?
Landing gear retracted.
Ship has released. You are clear to leave.
Frameshift drive charging.
You have less than no fire zone. Until next time, Commander.
4, 3, 2, 1. Frameshift drive charging.
What up, everybody? How you doing? It is your boy Blaqksheep. Hopefully you enjoyed flying through space because that is what we are doing. So this weekend we will be playing. Starting tomorrow we will be playing. We're gonna be mixing Elite Dangerous and Postal. I believe it's 2. Serious Sam actually gifted me it, so I'm gonna try it out. See how it is. No, I like it. These places with their small ass, like. Slam that. Nope. Should have that.
Warning. Frameshift drive operator lost experience.
Look to see if any of these have multiple stars or not. So what you're watching me do right now is looking at the star classes on the side there. Where it's height. See, like that. That's what I'm talking
Frameshift drive
about.
charging.
Ooh, I want this place. There's 44 fucking bodies here, but none of them have a single fucking ring. Actually, never fucking mind. I want this place. Nothing here. Someone has already mapped this place up. So, let's see. What I need to do. Pretty sun.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I want to find a. There's no navigation here. Is there? Kids World. Hey buddy, how you doing? It's good to see you.
Temperature critical.
I found the place I want to hang in. This is the spot that I want. This is the spot that I want. I don't care what it means to get it. I want it. Where the fuck am I though? Oh yeah, everything's good on my end. It is gonna be broken up a little bit weirdly, but it's okay. It's gonna be broken up into different areas. The sections will be in the 63 sector. I want to build a colony here. Want to build a colony here? Where's the colony ship? What do you do to get a colony ship? Come on. It's supposed to be. Alright, so. I'm gonna stop doing this. find the best one out of all. I want to find the best spot out of all these spots. If these move landings on the moon, I want to see if there's actually places out here first.
Warning. Counter drives operating beyond safety limits.
Gas planet with water-based life. Alright. Let me see.
Warning. Counter drives operating beyond safety limits.
I've got a monster. I'll be right back. Yeah. What a world we live in, y'all. What world we live in. Incredible. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Hello. What up?
Hello.
How's it going? How's it going? Confused.
I'm fine.
Waiting for my ship to get into the system. Wish I could cancel the destination log. It sucks. I want to cancel it, so fuck with that. It won't let me cancel it. It's okay. But I found a new place that I want to like colonize, which is gonna be fun. That's the one. Okay. Where's the signal for it? Yep, that's the signal. That's funny. I didn't tell them the second one was bust. Be right back with this. Yeah, I found a space. Pretty good. but the second one sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you I found the space, so that picture is fucking great. Alright, head back. When he gets on.
Warning. Dangerous drive operating beyond safety limits.
Roger that. Fighter is going live. Fighter is ready. Just tell me what to do.
Let's go and take a look at what's playing.
There are retards among us. And some of these retards are fucking retarded. Now, reality is sad, obviously, and one thing that Charlie Kirk did was speak without hesitation and actually speak truth into a world full of lies. And one undeniable truth is that there are two genders. Okay, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. It's a truth. It's a biblical truth. It's a biological, physiological truth. All right. Now, that is a truth that Charlie Kirk died for, because he, said the truth. Anyway, sorry to say such a radical truth. That makes me radical now too. It seems. Destiny retweets this in the most diabolical way possible. Retweets Tectone saying that it was confirmed that a trans ideology, and Destiny says the classic Destiny shit, saying trans people. Too mentally ill to be effective soldiers, so banned for the military. Also trans people, master assassins. Now, this is like such an unbelievable fucking nothing take. Like an unbelievable nothing take. Who says he wasn't aiming for center mass and was a bad shot? Well, that just means that he probably wasn't a professional. That probably means that he was a, not professional, to be honest, if he missed and hit the neck, right? So, anyway, this is absolutely insane. Because trans people too mentally ill to be effective soldiers so banned from the military, they fucking kill themselves 42% of the time! Again, I'm not advocating for any violence or any death. I don't want any of this shit to happen. I don't want trans people to die. And Charlie didn't either, by the way. He wanted them to get help. He wanted people to tell them that, yeah, there's a problem going on here. All right? So, realistically, when you have a group of people that are statistically, very likely to kill themselves. You don't want them in the military. They are too mentally ill to be in the military. Unless, of course, you think like, what's his name? Alex Stern. Was that his name? Wait, hold on. I need to find this clip. Alex Stern. Was that the guy? Alex Stein. Stein. What's the difference? What's the difference? Who knows? It's all the same. So this is a, oh wait. Fuck, I can't find this. There we go.
I actually like transgenders in the military too, because first of all, transgenders are some of the meanest people on planet Earth, so they'd make a good soldier, don't you think? And then, you know, second of all, transgenders love to do mass shootings. So, you know, that's perfect for a military veteran.
Right.
And then on top of that, the suicide rate is incredibly high among transgender people. So we could just use them like the Taliban has suicide bombers.
Oh, shit.
Maybe you guys can actually, you know, if you commit suicide, actually help us in the battlefield. So that would be good. So I think we need transgenders in the military and women's sports. Now, when we, you know, I actually like transgenders in the military.
Bro is kind of cooking there. I'm not even gonna lie, bro had a point. Witness me. Anyway, also trans people master assassins. So XQC, political mastermind, said, main argument aside, there is more to a soldier than just hitting a shot. What kind of tweet is this? You know, a very basic take. Destiny responds, if I grant you that, then would you grant me that there's more to a soldier than just being trans or cis? What? 42% of these people are killing themselves. What are you talking about? Because despite qualifying in every other regard, this administration has seen it fit to remove every trans person from military service. Bro, 42% of them killed themselves. What are you fucking talking about? This is like saying, well, we shouldn't be, like, I know that the person has schizophrenia, but we shouldn't be removing him from the military because, you know, only 42% of schizophrenics kill themselves. Huh? What the fuck are you talking about? There's obviously some chemical imbalance in the brain. What are we doing?
Communications established. Welcome to a carrier, Commander.
Now, this is how CNN reported the
Affirmative.
full
Bring the
intelligence
fighter
of
in
trans
now, sir.
ideology. You don't hate the media enough. We're actually in the middle of a spiritual war of good versus evil, of truth versus lies. Okay? Not even kidding. Right, so this is how CNN reported it.
A lot to go on. Today, as they say, key breakthroughs, but the manhunt continues. A lot to go on. Today, as they say, key breakthroughs, but the manhunt continues.
And what? They found him.
They are refusing to mention that there were transgender writings on the bullet. They instead called them cultural writings. They are saying that the bullets had cultural writings on them. Cultural writings. Much to the surprise of no one. Anyway, the trans community is obviously handling this super well. I wanted to show you what the trans people have been saying because I think this goes to show something wrong that's going on in America.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk
Fighter
is fucking
successfully
weird.
docked,
There seems
Commander.
to be this
Let's
weird
get out of here.
emphasis.
Weird sympathy for a 31-year-old man that was gunned down.
Clearance granted.
That was
Move
gunned down in
directly
front of
to
his
your
wife and
allocated
child
path.
and 3,000 students.
Docking request
For
confirmed.
having a
Assisted
conversation?
approach is underway.
What weird sympathy?
On taking the moral high ground, and that you were
Moral high ground. They murdered a man. They murdered a man. For no reason.
somehow a better person if you're like, I feel bad for his family.
Yeah, you are a better person if you feel bad for his family.
This is the world he wanted and the world he was building. This is.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't building a world where a chemically imbalanced psychopath would murder him.
The white supremacist who wanted both of us dead.
He wasn't a white supremacist. He didn't advocate for anyone dead. This is all lies, and it's honestly disgusting.
He was shot in the middle of saying something transphobic about trans people.
He was shot in the middle of saying words that you didn't like to hear. That makes it okay, because it was words that you didn't like to hear. And this man over here is justifying it in the most disgusting way possible.
Welcome to a carrier, Commander.
And yet you want to have sympathy for him. You don't have to like violence, but I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was going to be magically bloodless. Where is this sympathy?
So, the revolution should have magically been bloodless. What this man is telling you is that it's good, and they need to kill more of us. I want to translate this to make it very clear. This is a chemically imbalanced, retarded, mentally ill guy that needs to be locked up in an asylum forever before they kill themselves or someone else. This is someone that is directly talking about having a revolution with blood. And that it's good that Charlie Kirk was murdered. Are we on the same page? I want to make this is on the same page. And this guy was comfortable enough to post this.
For Palestinians, for the
Palestinians! That is so much more relevant in America. Palestinians, that's right. Palestinians that elected a terrorist government that started a war that refuses to end the war. That is so much more relevant than, you know, people in America murdering Americans.
Sudanese people, for the Congolese, for the black people in America.
Who stopped the war in the Congo? It was Trump, motherfucker.
America that are killed at the hands of police violence, for the...
Yeah, any examples of people killed for police violence that are just not, you know, resisting arrest, assaulting people? I'm sure it happens, don't get me wrong. Crimes do, violence does happen. Sure, what are you talking about?
Black trans women that are being murdered for simply existing.
Any examples of trans women murdered for existing? I don't know of any examples of that. I'm sure it does happen because obviously crimes do happen. This is crazy, and Charlie Kirk wasn't advocating for that. I'm not advocating for that.
Does this sympathy extend to a white supremacist, but not to the communities that actually need your care? I think that
the sympathy goes. I'll be honest. I have sympathy for this person. I do think this person should be locked up in an asylum forever. In my opinion, I think this person should be locked in an asylum and never be let out literally ever, and should not be given any sharp object. But I do feel bad for him. This is a man who is very likely ideologically brainwashed by retards. Very likely someone that has completely fallen down the fucking propaganda rabbit hole and ruined their life over it. And now there's a 42% chance this man's gonna kill himself.
people are afraid they're going to lose a part of their humanity if they don't have sympathy for somebody who is a victim of gun violence.
You lost a part of your humanity when you cut your dick off and thought it was natural.
When in reality, you're losing your humanity by allowing fascists to define your sympathy for you.
Well, you really need to do something about people calling people fascists and Nazis. I really do believe that all of that is an incitement of violence at this point. It really is. It's sounding the alarm bells that this is a revolution that needs blood.
You're busy having a world I think it's admirable to want to find the best in people and to want to continue to have sympathy for those who experience something tragic. This is the world that man wanted to live in, and while he's dead, there's a lot of folks that need that care and sympathy that are still alive.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm really glad that these people actually tell us who they are. So I am a big fan of freedom of speech, in my opinion. Freedom of speech is a wonderful thing. It really is. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing. It is in the most unbelievable way, because these people are telling us who they are, and we're not forgetting anymore. It's over. We're not forgetting, sir. Also, your Adam's apple is very bulging, and it's weird with this woman's dress that you're wearing. Anyway, the trans activists, Trans Tifa over here, have been doing their absolute best to, here's a little compilation of trans people directly supporting the fucking murder of a innocent man.
Oh my god, guys, did you hear? The world's finally started to heal. Charlie Kirk was shot. Ooh.
I'm pretty positive that this is going to be the post that gets me canceled or widely unfollowed, but I am a very firm and staunch believer that you should never, at no cost, ever speak ill of the dead. Charlie's dead. How nice.
Again, I do think that there will be repercussions for all of these people. Don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm gonna mute the music. No, let them speak. Let them speak. Let it be known there are demons among us. All right, let it be known.
Bitch. The new South Park episode's gonna be too good.
He said that gun deaths are worth it to keep the Second Amendment.
Out of context, that's not what he said.
Alright. Bet, bitch.
Yeah, that's what the trans community is doing. They are doing their best to perpetrate as many statistically high likelihood criminal events as possible. Now this is crazy, dude. And the wildest part is it's the fucking trans army. the actual army of trans whack jobs. Like, these are mentally unhinged people. Like, these are obviously mentally unwell people, and we have to stop skirting around the subject. Yes, this is a mental illness. It is a mental illness that these people have, and it is making them violent, because mentally ill people tend to be more violent. You know, obviously everyone's doing their part here.
Up from a nap?
Hello my friends, it's Friday. Welcome back. As I promised last time, we will continue with the Russian drones flying into Poland segment. I will tell you everything that has happened ever since Wednesday to Friday. We've gotten a lot of new information, and some of what I expected came into truth. For example, now it is confirmed that 19 drones in total flew into Poland, and in total Polish Air Force destroyed 4 of them. What else was confirmed, which is a very strange piece of information, is that the Belarusians actually warned the Polish that these drones are flying into Polish airspace, which gives us an idea that maybe Russians wanted Poland to know, so Russians can measure how fast is the Air Force, how fast is the reaction, how strong it is, how many are they able to shoot down, what time it takes. They wanted Polish to know, and Polish knew. The Air Force scrambled. We'll also go through all of the videos and photos that have any kind of connection to this. For example, this is a video from the Polish Lublin area, seeing clearly of one of the drones that were shot down, falling from the sky. Altogether only 4 were shot down, the rest of them fell on their own. Just to make sure the information comes from the right place, Polish Prime Minister himself said that 4 out of 19 drones were shot down. Now this is not the greatest of statistics, especially considering that F-16s and F-35s flew up. 4 countries' air forces scrambled because of this attack, and only 4 were shot down. I would have loved to see bigger, I mean all of them shot down honestly, and located from the minute they entered NATO airspace, but that wasn't the case. Even by this day, by now, by the time I'm making this video, again by the time you are watching it, it might be different, you have more information, but now only 12 drones have been located, so even now not all of the 19 have been located, so 7 drones are still missing somewhere on the Polish soil, or some flew back to Ukraine. We don't know. I think we should know by now. It's 2 days later. By the way, 2 of these drones were found several dozen kilometers from country's capital, Warsaw. So they flew all the way to the capital and fell down in a field somewhere there. They were not shot down there. Here on this map you can see all the locations where the drones have been found right now, and note that one of them is very close to Gdansk, port city on the Baltic Sea. It almost flew back to Russia and back to Kaliningrad. Came from Russia or Belarus or Ukraine and flew back to Russia. It is very strange. It was found so far away from the border. It's almost 500 kilometers from the border actually. The rest of them were found near the border areas, and 2 of them were found near Warsaw. Here is the same map, only with pictures of these specific drones. As you can see, not all of them are Shahed drones. There were also Gerbera recon drones. Also, what I have to note is all of the Shaheds did not have explosives. They were decoys, so it means they had more fuel. The explosives area was fuel. As I mentioned, I personally have an issue of NATO Air Force being able to shoot down 4 drones out of 19 with F-16s and F-35s. I would have loved to see 19 out of 19, but even with these 4, there's another issue. It is money. It's all about money. Dutch F-35s reportedly shot down Russian Geran Shahed drones over Poland using AIM-9X missiles. Cost of a drone here is listed 10,000. Well, I gotta fix that. Shahed drones cost a lot more actually. They cost 50 to 100,000 per piece. Cost of an AIM-9X missile 2.8 million. Well, they can be a lot cheaper. They can be 1 to 1.5 million depending on the product, depending on where it was made, when it was made. But still, even if it is 1 million, the drone itself is 10 times to many more times cheaper than the missile. And in looking at the numbers that Russia is sending to Ukraine, the Shaheds, hundreds every night, shooting them down with F-35s with these AIM 9X missiles, I mean, this would be a victory for the Russians, just because they would use up all of Western anti-air defense missiles, air-to-air defense missiles, very fast. This is not the answer. The answer would be what Ukraine is doing, using every other means necessary except for these AIM 9X missiles. For example, Browning machine gun, which has automated aiming systems attached to it that find the drones, shoot them down. The cost of one drone destroyed could be as low as $500, $1,000, which is the Browning ammunition costs. Very cheap. By now, Polish analysts have already made sure where at least 6 of the drones were launched from Russia, of course, but which airfield, sorry. Shatalovo airfield, right here you can see it on the map, is the location where at least 6 of these drones that entered Polish airspace were launched, and they identified the launchers also. This is the airfield strip right here. There are 3 different launch sites, and the photo is not really good, but it's a very primitive thing to launch Shaheds. It's even if you did destroy these launch sites, it's so easy to make these launch vehicles, launch platforms, but it's very primitive, so there's no point in destroying them. But we know where they are now. This attack really shook the Polish military, and they are taking it very seriously. I bring you the video of 3 Black Hawks flying over Warsaw, the capital of Poland. We now know that this was a training flight, but they are doing that now very often, many times a day. They are rehearsing Black Hawks flying out of the capital to the border areas or to hunt Shaheds, because we also see in Ukraine that Ukrainians are shooting down Shaheds with Mi-8s, just with machine guns. I remind you, Shaheds without jet engines are slow and loud. There are also Shaheds with jet engines, and then you cannot shoot down with choppers. But majority of these drones can be shot down with helicopters and a machine gun if you're precise enough. Last time I said that Poland could invoke Article 4 of NATO. Now we have it confirmed they did. And actually it was so strange. About 20 minutes after I recorded the video last time, Donald Tusk came out with a report that they invoked Article 4, so I just didn't have the information yet. But what is NATO Article 4? Everybody is stoked about Article 5. Attack on all. Attack on one is an attack on all. And Article 4, my friends, directs the North Atlantic Council to begin immediate defense and military consultations for emergencies or situations of urgency when territorial integrity, political independence, or security of any of the parties is threatened. So it's basically all of the countries meet, talk, and figure out what to do very fast. That's Article 4, and they're doing that now. But now, I gotta remind you of a Turkish pensioner. This is a very funny way to put it, but that was true. I mean, Erdogan, the leader of Turkey, whatever you want to call it, president, dictator, I'll leave that up to you. In 2015, Russian Su-24 breached Turkish airspace. That's what the Russian Air Force does. They just fly wherever they want. Estonia, Finland, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Turkey, they don't care. The difference here is that Erdogan immediately gave the order to shoot it down from the first minute, from the get-go, shoot it down. Ever since then, Russians have not breached Turkish airspace again. The pilot died, by the way. Erdogan was like, Russia, a nuclear power, flying into my airspace. We're gonna shoot it down, we're gonna take the responsibility, punch them in the face, and now Russians respect Turkish airspace. How many times Estonian airspace is breached, Polish airspace? Well, I can say in the matter of Estonia, at least once a month, maybe more. That's over 10 times a year at least. Polish Prime Minister announced at a press conference that Poland will cooperate closely with Ukraine on counter-drone systems. We will draw on the best practices, and the Ukrainian drones are badly proven, he added. Now, this is a strange situation. The Ukrainians are really good at shooting down Russian drones cheaply. That's the main thing. Western missiles, AIM-9X missiles, they're really good, really precise, but they're so expensive. Ukrainians can do it cheap. But Poland has not adapted yet. My country, Estonia, has not adapted. We have not bought similar systems that Ukraine has. When Russian drones would attack Estonia right now, F-35s in Estonia would rise up to shoot them down with very expensive missiles. That's not the answer. With this, Russia can just use up all our missiles very fast. Ukraine proposed an idea almost a year ago that Ukraine and Poland should do a joint air defense training and joint forces to shoot down Russian drones. Poland said no. Well, now it's time to say yes, because Poland needs these cheap systems that are effective. They cannot continue using these expensive missiles that are good for Russian jets, for example, Russian bombers. Definitely not drones. Too expensive. Continuing on the Polish topic, I gotta go a little bit to Belarus because Zapad 2025 began. This is the biggest military exercise in Russia and Belarus in the western military districts. And Zapad means the west in Russia, and they usually practice or rehearse taking the Suwalki Gap. That's what they do every year in Russia and Belarus during Zapad. It began today, September 12th, it goes on for the next 4 days, and before it, Poland closed all borders with Belarus and Russia. I'm talking Thursday midnight, yesterday. And how they closed it, they announced it a few days before, and they just closed it at midnight. Whoever didn't get past 1 minute later, they don't get past. Now, of course, Russians and Belarusians immediately reacted. Russia threatens Poland again. This time the consequences are announced for the closed border with Belarus. The Russian Foreign Ministry is demanding that the border crossings be reopened urgently. Press spokeswoman Sakharova explains that such measures Poland is justifying further escalation of tension in Central Europe. Poland did not only close the border, they deployed additional 40,000 troops to the border areas. Here, let's watch a video of the Polish border guards closing the border, and that's what it was. Midnight, on the clock, on the second, they pulled out the razor wire, just like that. And note the bus here, note the bus waiting on the Belarusian side. I mean, there's filled with people who want to get to Poland, right? Because Poland is European Union and NATO is a very good country. Yeah. Well, no, they're not going to be able to do that. Now it's an Iron Curtain. It's back. Yesterday, midnight, the Iron Curtain was re-established. I mean, it is made of iron, literally, if you can see it. And they're putting these plates also, fully closing. And here is another shot of this same border closing. And this bus here, these people, they're not going to get to Poland. They don't know for how long. I mean, it should be only 4 days or a month, but it could be years. These things can go out of control really fast. If there's any threat to Poland from Belarus, they are not going to reopen that border. And people are calling. It's like, we cannot get to Poland anymore. There's no way to get to Poland at all. In this video, my friends, you can see Polish armed forces deploying these 40,000 additional troops to the border areas. This includes entire tank battalions. And of course, tanks cannot drive on the paved road. I mean, they can, but they destroy these roads. And in peacetime, you don't really want to destroy your roads just for one go. So it's so much more fuel efficient, quiet, better for the roads and civilians to transport tanks on trucks, which is strange because tanks can drive, but again, the fuel efficiency and the roads, and you know about it. This is the way to do it in peace. To end this Russian attack of drones into Poland, to end this segment in today's video, I'll read you 5 different goals that Russia wanted to achieve with this attack. Number 1, testing technical parameters of Polish and NATO air defense. Number 2, testing political response, first of all from the US, but also NATO. Number 3, fueling Polish-Ukrainian tensions through bot farms. For example, the narratives like Ukraine let the drones come versus Poles are incapable. Russians are feeding all kind of different narratives that are blaming Ukraine or diminishing Polish capabilities online right now. Number 4, fueling we need arms for ourselves, not for Ukraine voices. And number 5, demoralizing Polish and NATO armies, political elites, population by humiliating NATO. These are the goals that, I mean, I'm sure you have more of these goals, you can put them in the comments, but these are 5 very obvious goals of this attack, and I think some of them Russia achieved. My friends, for today's Buy Me a Coffee section of the video, I don't have any new members. That means nobody joined up. If you want to change that, then Buy Me a Coffee link is in the description below. But I decided to read you the spiciest, saltiest comment on the last video. Maybe I'll do that in every video now. Read you the best and saltiest comment from the previous one. And this is it. Please, Ukraine, name your next long-range missile security guarantees so Putin can get exactly what he's asking for. You know how Russians are always asking for these security guarantees that NATO would not expand to the east and such. Well, if Ukraine names the missile security guarantees and sends it to Russia, Russia has security guarantees. I think this is a very good comment. Scott3292, thank you for it. The next section we discover now is Russian economy, which also includes the oil refinery bingo. We're beginning immediately with the overview of August and September. In August 2025 alone, the following oil refineries were attacked. I'm not going to read you all of them, you can see them, but it's a massive list, and more were attacked in September. The situation in the Russian economy, especially connected to gasoline and diesel in the gas stations, is really critical. To save this situation, the Kremlin is urgently seeking opportunities to purchase fuel from Belarus. I mean, Belarus has only 2 oil refineries. Russia has like a lot. So they are buying from Belarus. I mean, they are usually exporting into Belarus. Extending restrictions on gasoline exports. Introducing gasoline coupons, which is just pure Soviet Union vibes. Revisiting its oil export plan to at least somehow sell the crude freed up after key refineries were brought out of operation. Using all available public platforms to get so-called energy troops from Kyiv. This means some NATO or European Union countries who are pro-Russian force them to stop Ukraine striking Russian oil refineries. But let's go to the specific strikes, because yesterday, when the Polish closed the border, well, the Ukrainians struck another oil depot. Last night, Ukrainian kamikaze drones attacked Russia's largest oil terminal, Primorsky, located in the Leningrad region. According to preliminary information, one of the vessels is burning at the Primorsky oil terminal, located in the Baltic Sea, St. Petersburg region. Let's watch the video also.
Fucking shoulder. This is my shoulder blade.
Okay.
Блять, только хотел снять видео. Вообще это пиздец происходит.
I love the commentary of this Russian dude. It's very, very juicy, but the sounds are also very beautiful. Yes, these are the most efficient sanctions.
So yeah, I found this spot.
So 28 flights are delayed because St.
Did you claim it?
Is in the area.
How do you claim it?
13 more cancelled.
Well, you have to go to a system station and then go to colonization, and then hopefully it's within the range. Otherwise, you're gonna have to bridge to it.
All over the place, these attacks.
All right, well,
and after this attack, now it is confirmed that an oil tanker is burning.
How about the one that we are at?
I mean, this is
that close
really
enough?
bad for the fish.
I don't know. I haven't checked to see where that place is. Are you there right now?
Yeah, I'm there right now.
Do it again.
I'm gonna jump from my
St. Petersburg.
No.
Is only 200 clicks to the west from this location.
More than
Kingisepp here is a Russian settlement, but it's an Estonian name.
Or I think it's like a 10-15 light year bubble range they give you where you can select from that spot. But
last
unless
century, so they named their city like that. My friends, I want to show you a detailed analysis of Russian.
Unless you can bridge to it, yeah, or find a station close enough to that system and then claim it.
So for Russian fossil fuel exports, 2022, you can see it with the colors.
Yeah, it's 32 light
years.
I just need to find another place near it.
Revenues they got was from gas, from pipelines
more or less,
they exported it to the European Union. Well, you can see a very steady decline of their export revenues. This was 1 billion per day in 2022 they made, and now they're making about 500 million per day of fossil fuel exports. So it's a 50% decrease in their revenues, which is a massive drop. In August, Russia's monthly fossil fuel export revenues saw a 2% month-to-month decline.
And see if I can like play this one. I want this. It's got 44 bodies.
Revenues have dropped.
It's a lot of construction.
Oil revenues saw a sharp 12% month-to-month decrease to 170 million euros per day. And who is buying Russian fossil fuels? Well, now in August 2025, it's of course China. The majority of all of the sales go to China, then India, then Turkey, and the EU. You can see they are phasing out, and by 2027 there will be zero. That's the deadline. Nothing here. We were number one. Now we're phasing out. I'm glad. What about gasoline exports? Gasoline is a refined fuel product. Oil refineries which make gasoline have been blown up.
I feel like they should be like
Russia's gasoline exports from seaport collapsed to zero in August after Moscow's full export ban. Just 1.8 million tons of shipped in January to August, 4.3 million a year earlier, a 70% drop from August. Usual buyers like Libya and Brazil are cut off, while Russia faces fuel shortages from Siberia to occupied Crimea. And talking about fuel shortages, I just want to show you the map to visualize which specific Russian oblasts are having critical fuel shortages.
There is just one location
in the gas station.
There is a gateway here.
Far East Oblast.
Oh my God, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna claim it.
And also in the west, in the central Russia, they don't have that issue because there are refineries here that have no fuel. Also, the western areas are very dense.
Now, before you claim, or like when you claim it, but before you start building, I would do a little bit of research on what goes good where and with what. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Massive line to
I can still claim it though, right?
Yeah, you can claim it, but don't start building anything into it yet.
Yeah, I figured that.
Until you figure out.
I know what I gotta do, and what is good for the things that I have there.
I wonder,
honestly, it's gonna be a lot of resource
keep your car running while standing in a line for gas.
I want it to be like
you get the gas
specifically for mining and refining.
It seems stupid. It's still going.
Mining, refining, and then like.
And here's the gas station.
I guess then out in space, once you start taking it from there to space, it's like
there's no gasoline anymore.
Then
wait 12 hours and you get.
You know, I'd rather have.
This ends the Russian economy section of the video, and now we have the final section, which is the front lines. Let's go through three of the hottest areas of the front. We'll begin with
there's so many different little planets.
In the Sumy direction, the armed forces of Ukraine continue their counteroffensive.
Yes, I saw it.
The area of Oleksivka
so
and
many
have
little
advanced again,
moons that could be done.
Another piece of Ukrainian land. Oleksivka, this settlement right here, but I want to show the bigger picture.
And all of them are like pristine.
Don't mind all of the icons on the screen.
Yeah,
it gets easier
it's
very fast.
Insane, like
zoomed in the north.
Like that was a really interesting find. I was going
right
hopping
here.
around.
Small
like, there's a couple of
south.
I didn't see this many fucking
guys, where the Ukrainians
suns in the jump pattern. What the fuck?
Russian airstrikes,
right?
4 of them in a row. To clear out this forest because Ukrainians just liberated it.
It's hilarious that everybody calls them suns.
Very close to the urbanized.
It's hilarious that everybody calls them suns.
Road village, meaning the streets.
They're stars. I don't care. I call them suns.
But if they continue into one of these houses, they That's
Out
how
in the
it is. They
distance, I call
liberate the
them
village.
stars.
And it all comes down to reaching
Up
the
close
top
there,
of this
there's
wind.
suns. Yeah.
Stop. How do you
I
call
feel
this?
like there's only one sun, and that's the
And
one
from
above
here,
us.
across the fields at night to connecting
No,
to
it's
these
got a
housing
different name
areas.
technically, right?
And I love this map because it shows you.
Yeah, all of
immediately
our
where the
bodies
Russia
have
is. As
actual
soon as,
names.
Ukrainians liberate some new positions.
Sun is
you can
Sol, the moon
immediately
is
see airstrike,
Luna,
airstrike,
and
airstrike,
Earth is Terra.
just bombarding the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Now we go to the Kharkiv direction. So from Sumy,
Yeah, I'm
a
gonna
little
go
bit
play
to
this
the
place.
east,
I want it.
still
I want
northern
it.
Ukraine.
I want.
The Russians
I
continue the
specifically
launch
want it so I
infantry
can
attacks, along almost the entire
do
Ukrainian
bounty
defensive
hunting.
line, left bank of the Volcha.
Like,
Volcha
just,
River
like,
it's a very small river, so it's hard to see.
attack
It
the
almost
people killing miners, you know what I mean?
follows the front line
Mhm.
right here. Let me show it to you on the bigger scale so you can understand where we are exactly. That's Sumy right here. We go up to the south and east and we get to the Kharkiv Oblast. And then
And we can make it another spot.
there's a river going through
Get over here.
here. It's not like you can zoom in. See it. You can zoom across it, no problem if there was no war going on. But again, yeah, it almost follows the front line here and this urbanized area.
Lay down.
Looking at this map, the river is named Volcha. It's almost like styling but in Volga
yeah.
River where the Russians are pushing across just to meet.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm gonna do
Now,
it.
the thing is,
I'm gonna fucking
Ukrainians
do
are
it.
controlling this part across the Volcha River, and Russians are pushing in.
LBN
Russian war
623.
crimes. I'm not gonna click on it because
I really like the
you
numbers
can go on
too.
the map if you want to. The Russians here
Is
not
there
using
BQ,
airstrikes, but
like-
shelling. They are shelling the immediate
Dash
rear
up,
of the front
6-0.
line. You can see
That's,
it.
gonna be
Well,
the one
in
that
both
I'm
chunks,
gonna play.
Ukrainians
Okay.
are pushing more reinforcements
Okay.
across this river.
There's a
to
reason
keep
I
their
really want it,
urbanized
man.
area,
It's all those
urbanized,
rings.
Position.
So many fucking
In
rings.
future, liberate both chunks.
That's
If they
gonna
give
be
that away,
a
then they're
mining
across the
rich
river and it's really hard
area.
to connect
It's
to
gonna.
the
I wanna.
other side again.
The fact that
Now
there's
my
a station
friends,
close enough
everybody's favorites.
and it hasn't been
Across
claimed,
direction,
kind of
Dr.
mind-blowing.
Ilya,
Fucking
breakthroughs
mind-blowing,
of the
right?
Bunny years. You can see the
I can't wait to do it. I'm pumped. I'm actually really pumped. I want a bunch of asteroid bases in that bitch.
Russians are
So,
completely
like,
cut off
that's
from
gonna
their
be a
main
lot
army.
of building.
Ukrainians do
A
not
lot of shipping
control these
materials and
areas,
shit.
behind
Okay.
them directly, but they have fire control,
Right.
meaning it's a gray zone. The defense forces have regained several positions east of Vladimivka. Russian occupiers have
So you read that they got that guy?
and
Yeah.
Frankivka.
Cell
Look at
said the
these
kid is here
elements in
too.
a
Oh my
moment.
god, these
As a
fucking
result,
cells
the
and the
remaining Russian
bitches.
units in the remnants of Dobropilya salient have been cut off. Not surrounded, but cut off. There's a difference. From the
Yay!
side of Nikana,
Dude, it works.
Ukrainian forces are pressing against the encircled
Nice.
Russian units. Now, there's another encircled Russian units north. We'll look at the map later, but here you can see Mayak, this settlement. The Ukrainians are not in Mayak. They push the Russians out with their fire control, with the drones, shelling, whatever you wanna, whatever they used. But they did not send
There's
infantry
something
there
that's just
because
like
it's
floating out in
probably,
space. Is there a
suicide
black hole
mission.
here?
They
Could there be a
have
black
power
hole here?
control over this.
There could be.
Novoderetske,
Because
Mayak,
there's an
between
X
this area.
just in the
Ukrainians
middle
have
of
fire
nowhere.
control,
Well,
meaning Russians
well,
can
share your
retreat
screen.
through here, but they will be picked out, and very few will make it. So here it is reported around 100
sec.
Russian soldiers are trapped. And in this map you can see it even more. This is
second.
supposedly the third encirclement of the Russian troops in the Dobropilya section. There's two more to the north of it. And Ukraine does not clear out these encirclements with infantry. No, they will let the Russians starve. That's how it is. Ukrainians are all about saving as much of their infantry as possible, especially because this is Azov's first corps elite infantry. You don't want to waste it in battles if you don't have to. If the Russians are encircled
See how there's
anyway,
an
they
X
will
there?
starve, they will make desperate breakouts, and then they will be knocked out
You
cold.
see that, right?
So who is exactly the army who made this Dobropilya breakthrough and now is encircled? Well, we're talking about the 51st Russian Army, which used to be the Donetsk and Luhansk People's
Yeah, sorry,
Republic.
Did not
but-
claim this
militia.
system.
So one of
What?
the lowest ranks in the Russian army hierarchy
That's bullshit.
is the People's Republic's militias. They are...
It says there's a colony already
elite.
established.
That's
There's
how
nothing
they are.
there.
And I bring you now
Look at-
a Ukrainian military observer,
Look.
Mashovitz.
There's
He
nothing
is
here.
very puzzled about the continuing orders to attack in this area, although the situation on the
There's
ground
nothing
is
here.
Yeah, but
changed so much.
Yeah, but it's purple.
There's nothing to attack. There's nothing to break.
It doesn't make sense.
It says an entire core of elite infantry.
It's green though. Look, it's showing green. Look.
The command
okay, so click on it again.
Combined Arms Army, formerly First Army Corps of the People's
Configure primary port.
Is behaving very strangely.
So now you have to click Outpost or Starport.
The offensive of this army soon
probably just do a Coriolis. Don't do a tier 3. Don't do a tier 3 right off the bat. Because then you have because you have just less than 300,000 things to deliver in a month.
Recent changes in the operation.
Yeah. So start off with something small.
Advance.
I would honestly do an outpost because you can get that done quick, and then you can do a tier 3 with no time constraint.
Breakthrough back.
Yeah.
But the 51st Army doesn't take it into account and just charges and charges like there's no change. We're gonna break through very soon, and they do it every day. Who are the soldiers in the 51st Army?
I was gonna say,
was captured, and there are militias
if you're doing extraction and all that, you want like industrial and refinery.
Battalions, meaning if they do drugs or alcohol, they will be pushed into this army to be used as meat. This guy is wearing a dress, yes, a woman's dress.
But then again, before you maybe do that, just open up another tab and see what what goes good with what.
Nothing, so he found a dress, put on
I can't tell you right off the top of my head
because him is wearing a tuxedo or a suit. I mean, these guys were captured on the front. They're POWs, part of the Russian army, 51st. And the guy is wearing a dress. Next one is wearing a suit. This guy looks like I don't know, a scientist or something. Yeah, it's very strange. These are the troops who are day in and day out striking, and these are the troops who are starving in these encirclements, and if they wish to, they can become POWs. If they don't wish to, they will become fertilizer. That's how it is. The biggest Russian military Telegram channel, Rebar, reports that Ukrainians are very effectively...
Give me 1 sec, I gotta go check on something outside.
This is a map came from the Russians, came from Rebar, of Ukrainian strikes in Crimea, and you can see it. It's RLS, radar, a ship, airport, Vyshka, Pogrampost. Well, all of these locations, mostly on the coast, have been destroyed. The radars have been destroyed. Some of them are from the Soviet times, and the Russians will definitely not repair them. Ukrainians are making Crimea into a kill zone because Russians cannot afford not to send new air force units, air defense units there. They will, and Ukrainians just keep hammering at them. It's a very expensive for the Russian air force, air defense units, sorry, to defend Crimea. Because it's just every time you bring something here, 2 weeks it's gone, and they have to bring again and again. For example, this just happened now, September 10th, 2 days ago.